Religion, The Real Matrix, the book based on African spirituality and mythology from ancient Kemet or Egypt. Written by author Heru Ifangbemi, the book shows that all Western religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, plagiarize from African spiritual systems to come up with their religions. Buy the book on Amazon. Link is in the description box. Let's go! Promote your brand here at Viral Hip Hop News. Hit me, Sam Ant, at DLSMediaInc1 at gmail.com. DLSMediaInc1 at gmail.com. Let's go.
It's probably only he knows.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I want to talk to you about this too, man. Now, Spotify is beginning to wipe thousands of AI songs from its platform. We were just talking about that, the AI, how people now are putting out songs with Biggie, Jay-Z, Biggie singing Jay-Z, Jay-Z singing Biggie. Anybody you can name now. I seen Rihanna doing a Beyonce song, and it sounds dope.
Right.
This AI music thing now is starting to explode, and the music industry, I'm thinking is not quite sure how they're going to respond, but Spotify is starting to respond, taking songs down. UMG, who is the biggest, thing out there now, is also cracking down. What's your thoughts on the AI music aspect of the industry right now?
Although it's dope, I think it's a little bit of a violation. I really do. I'm saying, and this is why. Biggie died 20-something years ago, 26, 27 years ago. And although I would love to hear him on records, right? I miss hearing Biggie records. Something about hearing him AI generators don't sit well and feel right to me.
Yeah.
It's a human connection still involved with music that makes music what it is. And when you start putting mechanical elements to it and start changing up things, I think it takes away from the essence of music. Now, I seen Timberland, he said he finally did a track with Biggie and it was dope. And the shit sounded dope, but the feeling wasn't there.
Yeah.
Something missing with it.
Oh, good point.
I'm surprised that Spotify even allowed people to put that shit up and even try to monetize it. I'm shocked it even happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a popular wave. And when you got somebody that's 10, 11, 15, 16 years old and never heard Biggie and hear just join a track, they may enjoy it, not understanding, who Biggie really was and hearing the essence of hearing Biggie's voice on a track. I can tell the difference. Yes, it sounds the same, but it don't feel the same. And I'm not an AI fan. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit behind the times.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'll ever have the same nostalgic feeling that I do over somebody actually, like Beyonce singing a Beyonce song. She can only do that. Now, Rihanna may sound dope on it, but it don't give you the same feeling. So I'm not with it.
That's a really interesting perspective. I never really thought about it like that. The feeling of it.
Yeah.
And you're right. When you listen to it, it's kind of like, it's dope, but it's like, nah, this ain't.
It's a clone.
Right. It ain't quite it.
Right.
I agree with that, man. With the AI thing, man, I think this is one of the misuses of it. I think the AI in a lot of situations can be beneficial to people. It's just how you use it. Some people are using it for business and able to get a lot more things done in business. I mean, I was talking to Mock, like, what if you was able to, now AI, you was able to get your voice and, the AI was able to do the, commentary for you or something like that. It had your voice and you could do commentary. I don't know how we get the story or whatever, but particular story or whatever. And you could do so much more. You could probably put 30, you know what I mean? Yeah. Whatever. So it's just like, it's ways things could be done and to move things forward without it, the robots coming to kill us and take over the world and shit.
You know what's dope? I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead. You go.
You using AI for your own voice would be dope. If you put textures in and layers and put it in the computer and then you wanted to type something up or whatever the case may be and put out the story for your voice,
right?
I don't think there's a problem with it. When you start, like, if I tried to use your voice or something, you use mine, even though, like, maybe that's not a good example. Somebody tried to use your voice, outside use my voice. I don't know if I'd be feeling that, you know what I'm saying? Because we got voices out here and platforms out here that our voice is known for these certain places. And you don't use it for some other shit. I don't know if I feel that, but that idea is dope to be able to, like, for workload and things like that. That's where this type of technology could definitely be beneficial.
Yep.
People always use it for evil.
Right. Like, people could have in your voice saying some wild shit. It ain't really you.
Right.
They got you saying some wild, crazy shit and the police coming for you. Like, that wasn't me.
Hell no.
So it's something that got to be done with that. I don't know what. I'm not thinking that deep, out the box with it. But, these music companies are now starting to crack down because too much fraud and things going on. Fake Drake songs and stuff like this. And you got to give him his bread, man. You got to give him, I don't know what the percentage is, but you got to give him something off that. You got his voice. Right. That's his intellectual property. So I was thinking maybe you could patent voices at some point in time. I don't know how that's going to work.
Me either.
But, hey, we'll see.
Real quick, man, I know we watching the NBA playoffs. Everybody doing their thing, man. The Knicks was in the playoffs, and I think every time the Knicks in the playoffs is dope, even though I'm not a Knicks fan, because the Garden buzzes like no other.
Right.
I don't know if you saw Howard Stern sitting
Oh,
front row at the Knicks game. I think he was sitting there with Chris
was
Rock
he in
and some other
blackface?
people. Nah, he wasn't in blackface, but he was mad at the black athletes
Really?
because he feels as though they don't acknowledge him during the game when they acknowledge everybody else around him because he's white. Now, J.R. Smith said, nobody know who the F you are, dude. We don't watch your show. We don't identify with you.
Yeah.
So how are we going to clap you up like Mason Cameron, like Kevin Durant did last night when we don't know who you are? We know who Chris Rock is. We know who Denzel is. We know who Spike Lee is.
Word.
We know who Jack Nicholson is.
Word,
We
word.
know Howard Stern. But what do you think about that? Him always kind of poking the bear with racism. You talked about the blackface.
Right.
God knows what else he did on that platform when it comes to our culture, man. But what do you think about Howard Stern?
I'm sure Mock could tell us. He probably, you know, he's their shock jock shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we talk about like people like the cat Charleston White and all these different people, they all kind of bit off that. I'm not saying he's the first, but they all kind of bite off that. Like you say the most outlandish, outrageous stuff, and they get you a $100 million series radio deal. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants to hear, you know, the crazy stuff, and it's not even about what you say. Sometimes it's how you say it. Because we could sit up here and say the same thing that Charleston White said, right? Spit knowledge, but he said it differently in a way that's more controversial. People are going to flock more to that. You know what I mean? So that's how I kind of feel. And then look at the age gap. Like these dudes is young, man.
Yeah.
They don't know no fucking how. Like you said, Howard Stern. Like who's this old white man sitting up in here? He probably had glasses on and shit with black hair. Like we don't know you, nigga.
Right.
But like people like, you know what I mean? Your staples in Hollywood, you're going to know who they are, man. You can't get mad at the young cats for not knowing, you know what I mean, who Howard Stern is, man. That whole blackface thing is just like, you expect somebody to do something. I ain't even going to say, like, is he a racist? I'm not sure. I think if somebody does something like that, it pushes the pendulum all the way to the racist side to me. You know what I mean? Because, like, why would you do something like that? Like, I'm not going to go and, you know, put a dot on my head or something, or, you know, go like this and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or call a Spanish person to edit it. You know, I'm not going to do stuff like that because it's not in me. But so, you know, it kind of is what it is, man. I can't blame them for that.
Nah, and I won't blame him for that. And Howard Stern needs to sit his old ass down somewhere.